Hey, good morning. It's that time of year. Everyone is getting those colds, those flus. They come through, and it's a challenge. One of the reasons why it's such a challenge to kind of not get sick, why those colds and flus always seem to get through is they mutate every year, right? So you build up that immunity, that resistance, and guess what? They're back. It comes back. And so I want to share with you some of the top suggestions that I have, the top 8 superfoods. And of course, there are more. We'll see where this conversation goes. Happy for you guys to be a part of it. Just post any comments down below. And would love to share my thoughts, love to hear your thoughts. And let's see where we go here. So number 1, and this is kind of for building up your immunity over time in general. No surprise, I'm a big fan of the medicinal mushrooms. So medicinal mushrooms, I think, are one of the top things to help build your immunity overall, build up those resilience, improve your immune system, feed your immune system. If you've heard any talks by any of us within Light Cellar, or it's a huge trending topic, right? This idea of the medicinal mushrooms and how they feed the immune system, these polysaccharides, these long chain sugars that literally feed the immune system. So things that we have that are absolutely incredible and amazing for that, some of the top medicinal mushrooms are, we've got things like reishi mushroom, and chaga mushroom. Now these, although they can help boost the immune system, they're actually technically immunomodulators. So that means if you have an overactive immune system, help bring it down. Underactive immune system, help bring it up. And of course, we're talking about help bringing up our immune systems to have those defenses, to keep the colds and flus away. And of all the medicinal mushrooms, my personal favorite for that specifically is chaga. Now it is credited to be an immunomodulator, but I feel it's a little bit more of an immunostimulant. So this time of year, especially as it's cool, it's dark, as the colds and flus are going around, it is in my daily beverage, yes, every single day, to help build that resistance, build my immunity, so I become less susceptible. It also, these mushrooms are adaptogens. They help with stress. And then that is one of the biggest keys. I know for me, I'll be doing all the things right, but if I work too much, if I get too stressed out, sometimes my body's just like, you need to take a break, you need to take a rest, and that comes in the form of a cold, and it'll take me out. But if I keep my lifestyle, balanced, if I'm keeping my energy, not too stretched thin, then chaga is certainly an absolute ally, again, for long-term building that immunity, and that's one of my best defenses. Now, next, kind of that, again, long-term immunity, but also specifically for any time, right? You hear, someone around you, they got the cough, or you just, you start seeing, right? People like dropping off like flies with the cold. So you can do it as preventative, as well as it's absolutely fantastic to really start hitting up any first sign of a cold, or again, other people around you. We'll start feeding this to my daughter. She's 15, goes to school, right? And you hear it's like, oh, so-and-so sick now. And it starts going around the classroom. That's where we'll double up on this ingredient for her, and that is none other than Camu Camu. So Camu Camu, it's a berry from South America. It's got the highest amount of vitamin C of any botanical, and vitamin C is one of those powerful antioxidants, antivirals, and it is fantastic for boosting your immune system, fighting infections. So literally that is my number one go-to when there is threat of in the vicinity, keeping your immune system high. Now it does have kind of a tart, sort of acidic flavor, as you would oranges. And on that note, it's about 40 times higher in vitamin C than oranges. So very, very, very powerful. And it can be introduced into a lot of different contexts. So, if you're doing juice, you can add it to juice. You can't just stir it into water and just chug it down. Sometimes that's what we'll do if it's just like a vitamin C shot. We also make what's called Solar Charge, which is in our Elixir Life book. We sell it here at the store, and that is made with the base of sea buckthorn, which is kind of, you can think of this like our native orange in that sense. I mean, it is the color of orange, high in carotenoids, extremely nutritious in vitamins and minerals, so powerful in its own right. And I'll add the Camu Camu to that, a little bit of honey, and it creates this delicious orange-like drink that is very, very, very effective for keeping those colds and flus away. Now, another one that's kind of that first line of defense. You feel it coming on, that tickle in the throat, or again, it's going around the office, it's going around the school. This one here, absolutely very, very, very effective. and that is propolis. Bee propolis is in fact the first line of defense for the immune system of the hive. So the bees, they're going around, they're gathering the saps, the saps, the resins of trees. And if you've ever taken a class with Denis Manzer on what he calls the balm of Gilead, or you've taken a wild plant walk with us every summer, so spring, summer, and the fall, when we're out there, we're talking about this particular medicine. And it's that sticky resinous substance that the poplar buds are coated with, right? So in the kind of late summer, fall, the poplar, the cottonwoods, they start developing their next leaf, and they protect that in this sticky resinous substance that is a bud that winters over year, and then in the spring, that as that sap begins to flow, leaves are getting ready to open, that resin gets kind of warmed up and typically drops to the ground, it sticks to your feet, so maybe that's where you've seen it, but that's a highly medicinal substance. So in the spring you want to gather that and collect it and use what's called the balm of Gilead. Fantastic, amazing immune properties. Now this is similar to what the bees are gathering and turning into propolis, and propolis is antibacterial, antiviral. And being a resin, when you take it either in tincture form, or we've also got it in a spray form, literally you just hit the back of your throat with that and it coats it. So it begins fighting the infection on the spot, doing battle right there, and then as it coats your throat all the way down, it begins to be this kind of protective layer that will help ward off those bugs, those infections, and keep you healthy. The sprays are very quick, easy to apply. You can carry them around your purse. You can use them anywhere. They're super discreet. So I love the sprays, and I would recommend getting a tincture as well, so that as that spray goes down, you just fill it up with more of the tincture. You can take the tincture just straight as is into the mouth. It's quite a high percentage of alcohol, so it does burn a little bit, but mixing it in water just helps dilute. But when you mix it in water, it does kind of cloud up. It doesn't mix very well. So propolis, another amazing one. We do carry it in a honey as well, so it's the tincture mixed with honey, and that's again a great, super medicinal, just off the teaspoon, right? We know honey itself, raw honey, very antibacterial, very good for the cold and flu seasons. And with that added amount of propolis, you're increasing your defenses. All right, so there's 3. Number 4, and this one I know many people know, we're big on it here as well, which is the elderberry syrup. Now, elderberries are in fact antiviral themselves, so fantastic. And one of the things I love about elderberries is the compliance is there, right? Whether it's like young or old alike, there's very, 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 very few people that are gonna object to taking an elderberry syrup. The syrup, it does have, essentially, and if you want to learn how to create your own, you get the elderberries, which I'm pretty sure we've got here, yeah, right here. You do what's called a decoction, so a nice strong brew of that, and then you add honey and then a little bit of alcohol to preserve it. Or it can literally just be elderberries and honey, 2 very medicinal substances, again, antiviral, and one of the great defenses against colds and flus. And that can just be, you can buy smaller bottles or transfer it into a little tincture bottle. You can take that throughout the day, or pour a little bit into your tea, take little shots of it, and just keep that up throughout the day. And you can take that all the way through, even if you do get sick, and that will help kind of you recover and fight that off even better. All right, one of my other top favorite herbs, which is in fact, grows around here it is. So in our local bioregion, this is Labrador Tea. Labrador Tea, it's actually in the rhododendron family. This you can actually pick year round, just like the spruce, just like the pine. And later I'm gonna be doing a video talking about how spruce and pine are one of our fantastic herbs in our local bioregion that this time of year we bring into our home. We put it up as a Christmas tree, but I'm gonna do a video and share with you why you should be using your Christmas tree after the fact for teas, for steams, to help kind of cleanse and purify the air, as well as internally as a tea. So Labrador Tea, fantastic. Now, this one is good for colds, for respiratory infections, for coughs. It's also very anti-stress. We talked about that with the medicinal mushrooms. It's very relaxing. It's very calming. So this is a kind of a winter tea that I just love to enjoy year-round, especially this time of year. It's oftentimes my nighttime tea. I'll have a nice little bit of Labrador. It's very relaxing. It's restorative to the adrenals, promotes good sleep, and especially if you do have that cold or that flu, or you're getting to that cough stage, then this is also very soothing at that time. All right, other ones, tinctures. Tinctures, very good, very key. We've got a couple of here. So from Harmonic Arts, they've got what's called viral support. So maybe it is more a bit of a viral infection. Start hitting that up. They do have another one called, where is it? Maybe we're out of it. Oh my gosh. I guess it's that time of year. Cold defense. And they have another one here, throat spray. So throat spray works similar to the Propolis, where you can just kind of hit the back of the throat. But if you're gonna work with the viral support, if you're gonna work with the cold defense, oh, there it is. No, we do have a couple. With tinctures, a couple of different ways to take tinctures. You can either, dose them. So there's 3 ways actually I'm gonna share. And one of the ways is literally just taking a little bit throughout the day, right? So you carry this in your purse, or maybe you got it next to you on the bedside table if you're home, and just kind of down and out. Then you can just do a few drops in the mouth, swish it down with some water, or cold defense. I've definitely employed this strategy, learned this from Yarrow, where it's like literally, it's okay, I've got to teach a class, I can't get sick right now, whatever the case is. I've literally, in an entire day, I've taken an entire bottle. So instead of just a few drops or dropper fulls, it's literally, I'm pouring, third of the bottle, quarter of the bottle into water, I'll chug that down, I'll swish it, and then drink it down. And then my body's just getting, huge amount of support. So in here, some of the herbs in this particular blend, we've got echinacea, marshmallow, usnea. Oh, that's another local herb that you can go out to the mountains and harvest. And again, on the note of the Christmas trees, my daughter and I, we went out to Kananaskis and found ourselves a little spruce tree. But while I was out there, I was picking pine needles, I was picking usnea. And again, I'll do a future video on their properties, their benefits, and how you can use them in the house at this time of year. But here they are in the tincture. Another type of echinacea, osha, golden seal, and ginger. So incredible selection of herbs. Now, again, 3 ways to take it. One is kind of by the dropper full, right? Just throughout the day, drop that in, chug it down with some water. Second way was to really mega dose those tinctures, right? Quarter, third of the bottle. It's just like, no, cannot get sick. I'm gonna dose this. Do that over the stretch of 1 or 2 days to kind of really amp out those defenses. Another one, in fact, is a third one that I learned from Yarrow, the owner of Harmonic Arts, who formulated all these blends, and he calls it like a drop dose therapy. So literally, it's kind of 1 drop at a time, and it's just into the mouth, almost homeopathically, just an energetic. And especially if it's a tincture you've taken before, especially if it's something that you've worked with, the body recognizes it and it goes, here's this medicine, and it responds just with that little amount. So again, you can have that in your purse, carry it around. Maybe you've done that mega dosing in past. Everything's feeling good, but things are spreading around the office. You can just literally take it out. Just no, I'm keeping good, right? I've got the medicine. Just one little drop spread throughout the day, and he calls that drop dosing. So that could be a strategy you want to employ. All right, and the reason I'm giving you lots is because more options the better. Sometimes you want to hit them all, and sometimes trying different things, right? It's like, oh, I tried that, and you want to have some other ideas, other defenses, and we've all got our own tastes, our own preferences, and accessibility to these different things. So we've gone through 6 of them, 7th. We're tying in that medicinal mushroom theme again, but the chaga chai. So as a daily tea for me, awesome. Really enjoy the flavor of chai. It's warming this time of year. Those spices increase the circulation. They also have their own antimicrobial properties. The ginger, the cinnamon, the clove, the cardamom, all that wonderful. And at the base of it, you've got the chaga mushroom, which, as we talked about, is so incredible for helping build the immune system. And doing it over a long period of time is also very, very helpful. All right, so number 8, my last suggestion, and of course there's more, so let me know if you guys have any comments. I've heard from a few of you. Thank you, Penny, for watching, and we got Lucas watching, Todd's here, and Deb, thank you so much. Last one here is, I think this is one of the most underrated things that we have here, which is the brines. So the sauerkraut brines, the pickle brines, which are salty, which are full of probiotics. Absolutely fantastic, right? So think, a lot of us will try and do a little salt gargle, right? Kind of help cleanse that infection, cleanse that area, especially if it's trying to settle in the back of our throat. Well, when you do it with a probiotic brine, you're getting that salt action and you're also getting those good bacteria. And most of our immune system, as we know, in our gut. So if we can have those probiotic shots at the same time, so you swish, gargle, rinse, just cleanse your mouth out with this, and then drink it down, and down those probiotics go into the system. Also going to help with digestion, right? Sometimes a lot of us, we're maybe eating too much food, a lot of foods that we don't normally eat, and that puts more of a burden on our digestive system, which then will make the rest of our systems kind of more slow, more sluggish, and more susceptible. So increasing our digestion, incredibly huge. Amping up that hydrochloric acid in our stomach, of which the sourness does from the brine. Also a defense system against bugs and bacteria as they enter our system that way, increasing overall probiotic count, and again, as a little rinse, a little gargle. So there we go. There's my top 8 suggestions. And my only caveat with all this is sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's life. Sometimes it's, the body saying, this is exactly what you need. And, just roll with it. I know for myself, I'm like, I've been defeated. It's nature, it's life. And I do my best, and, I'm getting better at being, more gracefully sick when it does happen. But I've definitely seen it over the years. The more that I employ these strategies, the less I'm getting sick. And then when I am sick, I'm taking some of these suggestions to really kind of minimize the duration, having that rest, getting lots of water, and just letting the body go through it. And for those of us that are in the food, the nutrition, the healing world, when you do get sick, it is a learning, right? Because then first, number 1, you can have more empathy to others. Number 2, you've been through it. You know what works, what doesn't work, right? So next time you employ a different strategy and it's like, avoided it this time, right? So all the best this winter season as we move into the holidays. I hope those tips have helped you out. Thanks for watching. Give it a like. For those of you who did, thanks so much. Give it a share. And we'll see you on the next video. I've got another one coming up soon. We're going to talk about those holiday items like the Christmas trees, the wreaths, and all the wild plants and herbs that we bring in traditionally that actually have a use, have a benefit. I'll be sharing in the next video on that. Thanks for watching.